Please describe your job title and primary duties.
So at Target, I'm a sales floor associate. Specifically, I was assigned to work in the clothing section, but I was put in the grocery section. So what we usually do is sometimes we come in early in the morning, make sure that there's no, especially in the grocery section, make sure there's no bad food, push out all the fresh food, make sure that the fresh food goes in the back and the older food's in the front. So when people are shopping, like 3-month-old cheese is not in the back as opposed to it should be in the front. And they're very keen on organization. They want the store to be very clean. So they're very, what's the word? They are very enthusiastic about a clean environment as opposed to other stores.
How would you describe the application and interview process?
So first, I applied online because there were no Target stores open when I applied. So I applied online, and they ask you whether you want to be like a sales associate, a team leader, work in the HR department, a manager. So I clicked sales associate. They emailed me back. So I would suggest to anyone that's looking to check your email, because a lot of people are doing that now. They don't call anymore. So they emailed me back and they said, we have a date set for so-and-so. So I went to the interview, and the interview process was 2 rounds kind of. So the first round you go to, they ask you questions more personal, like what's your name, tell us something about yourself. And then the second round is more, if XYZ were to happen, what would you do? So for example, like if someone came to the store and had a shoe and they didn't have the size that they wanted, what would you do? So you could offer to go to another store. So hey, this store is closer, or you can offer to give the shoe in another color. So they were looking for that for the interview process. And then the third round is like when you get to meet the general manager, and then he'll be like, either yes, you got the job, or we'll give you a call back in like 2 weeks.
What set you apart from other candidates?
I tried my best to be very energetic and very fresh, because I know that's a new store. It's not like a company that has already been here. It's a brand new store to Canada, so they're probably gonna want people that are the most energetic, the most happy. They're not gonna want anybody that's like kind of mellow. So just to be always positive and happy when I'm answering questions, very energetic to the questions. If I didn't know, I wouldn't try and like babble. I would be like, hey, can you say that again? Or like, you know, just to show that I was actually listening. And if I couldn't answer, like, hey, can I come back to that in a few seconds? They said that was okay, then I'd be like, hey, to answer your first question, XYZ.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to get employment?
I would tell them it's a very fun job, but you're gonna get compared a lot to Walmart. So you have to be very, resilient and adaptable when people come into the store, because they might be like, well, this price isn't like Walmart's price. Or you could be like, hey, well, we price match. If you see it in another area and it's more cheaper, you can bring the flyer here. You have to remind them that we are not Walmart. We're our own company, but I guess you have to just remain positive all the time, because we're always getting compared to other stores. Like we might be too expensive, or we might be too bright in the mornings. Like signs are like really, really bright. But you just have to remember to stay positive and just focus on making the customer happy. It might mean that you might not be happy yourself, but focus on making the customer happy.